Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning into my channel. Today I just want to share with you guys a couple of tips that I think would be useful if you're planning a trip with your infant. So over the summer I went to England with Mayenli. It was our first time traveling together, his first time out of the country, and I just wanted to share things that I did that helped me make this a bit easier. I hope you guys like this video, and if you want to see more videos like this, let me know in the comment section. So the first thing I did was plan the trip really early. So we went in July, but I bought our tickets in January or February for two reasons. So the first reason is obviously because the prices were cheaper for me if I booked the trip earlier, and for him it only cost him about $50. And then the second reason why I chose to buy the tickets early was because I wanted to be able to choose seats that were infant friendly. So I don't know so much about local flights, but for international flights, a lot of the planes have like front seats that allow you to put like either a bassinet or a type of like baby seat that they would be able to sit on. So it just makes it a lot easier, and the earlier you plan your trip, the more likely those seats are available to you. Another thing I did was plan the trip around Mayenli's sleeping schedule. I took a night flight to get to the UK because I knew that he would be sleeping during the time, so it would be easier for me and probably more comfortable for all the people around us. Now on the way back I picked an afternoon flight, and that was the worst decision of my life. Mayenli slept 1 hour and he was awake the rest of the flight, and it was horrible for everybody that was around me, unfortunately, because he was just all over the plane. So I definitely learned my lesson, and next time I would only be booking night flights with him for long distance, for long journeys. Another thing that I really considered was our luggage. So I traveled with a stroller, a suitcase, and then a hand luggage, as well as a bag where I had my laptop and electronics, as well as my Mayenli's diapers and things like that. Now with international flights you are allowed one suitcase per passenger and one carry-on suitcase per passenger. So if you know that there are going to be people that are going to be welcoming you at the airport, you can go crazy with the amount of luggage that you carry, because usually you would check in your suitcases, so you would most likely just end up with like your stroller if you're traveling with a stroller. Luckily for me, the plane that I was using, you could walk all the way to the plane door with your stroller, and then they would just take it from you at that point. So what I would suggest is that you have to consider the type of flight that you're taking, local or international. I know a lot of local flights now, they expect you to pay for your suitcase, for every suitcase that you're checking in. If you're taking international flight, you'll have, like, for all of you guys, you would have access to at least 2 big suitcases that you can check in. Now what I would say is that what I should have done is that I should have only stayed with 1 suitcase and the carry-on, the diaper bag, as my luggage, so it would have made it easier for me. But I ended taking 2 suitcases, so that was a mistake. Depending on, because I had nobody waiting for me at the airport, I had nobody waiting for me at the airport, so I actually had to take a cab and a bus. So that was really inconvenient to have that much luggage. But the people at the airport were really nice, and they actually helped me throughout the whole journey, so that was great. So really consider your luggage. Takeoff and landing is really uncomfortable for everybody, but it's really worse for babies because they don't actually know what to do. What I did when we were taking off was that I breastfed Mayenli to keep him doing that swallowing motion so that his ears will not get plugged. Another option is to put the socket thing. I'm gonna just insert an image so that you guys know what I'm talking about, or like give them a bottle during takeoff because that really helps them continue the soloing motion and it unclogs their ears. That was very useful. When I breastfed Mayenli during takeoff, he did not cry at all because he was comfortable. He even ended up falling asleep, and he was asleep throughout the whole plane trip. So those are basically the tips that I have. I really want to encourage people to take advantage of flying when their children are still infants, just because it might sound like it's hectic, but it's really not. If you plan everything and you follow everything to make it the most comfortable for your child and yourself, you will have no issues. Also, it only costs for a lot of flights, it doesn't even cost that much because they can sit on your lap or you can put them on the bassinet and everything. So for me, it cost me $50 to fly with him, and then after that, the child prices, after they're two they can no longer sit on your lap, and so the child prices are just as much as the adult prices. I plan on traveling with Mayenli again. I don't know where we're going this time, but until he's no longer considered an infant, I will keep traveling with him, just because it was a fun trip. Most of the trip went smoothly, and it was cheap. So I hope you guys like this video, and I hope I get to see you guys in the next one. Bye.